Lucas, what's happening?
Stop.
What's going on right now? You're somewhere else. It looks like you're in a Marriott alongside an interstate highway.
I am in my mother's basement. She got
Why
this probably from Gordman's, which none of you would even know what that is.
Is that the Coles of North Dakota? Is that the
I think
TJ
actually I think they might be out of. This isn't from Gordman's because I think they closed down, but it was pretty much a Coles. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but tell me, what are you doing? You're in your mother's basement. Did you finally flop and leave LA?
No, that's in about 6 months, and you know that to be true. You know I have at least 6 more months.
Yeah.
No, I'm visiting home. I come back to my parents' house twice a year, once for Christmas and then once in the summer around 4th of July.
Oh, how
Yeah.
lovely. And
Mhm.
you've been eating a lot?
Nonstop.
Yeah.
Nonstop. I've
Your
been
parents just
eating.
feed you. They just
It's just snacks on snacks on snacks, and then I have the kind of mother, God bless her, but I will eat an entire bag of Dot's pretzels, and then because I ate the bag and it's now gone, she's like, "Oh, he loves them." She'll go to Costco, she'll get, like, 2 or 3 more bags and be like, "I got you your Dot's pretzels," and I'm like, "Mom, this is bad. I haven't pooped normal in 3 weeks."
Mom, none of my rings fit anymore.
Like, actually, though, and then because I'm traveling, like, it's harder to get to the gym just logistically, like, I
Yeah,
don't have
right.
a car currently. I'm not in a city where I can walk to it, like, it's
Oh,
just
sure.
and, like, I'm not gonna buy a membership for the month. I guess I can do, like, guest passes, but all that's to say is, emotionally, mentally doing very well, physically, no.
Yeah. Have you been seeing a lot of your old classmates and compatriots from when you were a youth? Are you a hometown hero?
No.
Oh.
I don't think people have a clue who I am, honestly, which is
Oh.
for the best. I don't think Let's Get Bread would be something that they would be super proud of, Fargo, North
Okay.
Dakota, but maybe. Who knows?
Well, I ask that because in Minneapolis, okay, the good people of Minneapolis were delighted to see you.
Yes.
They closed around you in a healing circle, and they kept me out of it. And several people in Minneapolis. This was nuts. I wasn't even with you. I was just walking around at the Pride Festival after our show, and people would point at me from across the way and come over and introduce themselves, like, "Oh my God, you're from the podcast. I'm one of Lucas's friends." I'm like,
Mhm.
oh my God, this is so. I always wanted it to be like this. I wish Lucas was here, you know?
I know.
But
Well,
they loved you in Minneapolis.
mhm.
You were surrounded by people who were so excited to see you. You'd come
Yes.
back from the big dumb city of Los Angeles, and they all just, it was lovely to see.
That Minneapolis is, like, my true, like, when shit hits the fan and I flop out of LA, like, Minneapolis is gonna be my, like, landing pad,
She's
absolutely.
gonna be there to catch you. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I love Minneapolis. And it was your first ever headlining show. You did
First
35
ever time.
minutes. You had only, like, 2 days notice of that, which is pretty impressive to be able to rally that together. And you
That was
crushed
insane.
it. It was the best I've ever seen you do, and you know I don't say things I don't mean.
Yeah, you don't give compliments to me specifically, generally, and that
Specifically,
was
Yeah.
yeah, that was a darling show. I had a darling time. Yeah, 2 days notice to put together a 30-minute headline set was, I was very glad for a long flight to put my thoughts in order. Yeah, it was fabulous. Then I got back to LA, and, when you have a big, and you did, what did you end up doing? 25, 20?
I did 15, which,
Oh, okay.
for those of you who don't know, in Los Angeles, you're lucky to get 10. Like, that's,
Yeah.
like 10 is, like, you're very lucky to get that, and even, like, some headlining spots in LA are, like, 15, 20 max. So, like, for someone like me who hasn't done comedy since October, a set
Yeah,
anyway,
right. You would
I thought I was doing, like, my typical like, I can do a 5 or 10 in my sleep, like, I have that down, like, cold. 15 to 20 I was given, and I was like, "Oh, baby, I don't know, that's stressful, I don't know."
Yeah,
And
for
it's
your
so
first
hard.
time back on stage in 9 months, that was also a tour de force. You just muscled through it. It was a fabulous time.
Mhm.
But
But
I got back to LA and I was doing, you get back into the rhythm of shows, and, like, I got back being like, "Oh, I just headlined." I just did 30 minutes at the drop of a hat. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody gives a
Yeah.
shit. Nobody fucking cared in this town.
That's
I'm
what's
like, it's
hard about LA. In Minneapolis, if you do something cool, even if it's whatever, like, obviously, we didn't do headline Netflix as a joke, but, people are happy for you. That I think that's the hard part about LA.
yeah, it was good to come back down to earth. You know what I mean? You do
Mhm.
need to be checked brutally when you get back to this town. Soon,
That's
I
so
don't know.
real.
One day, I would love to have the hero's welcome to Los Angeles to come back from whatever thing I've done, and to have what you had in Minneapolis, but where the people all gather around to lay their hands on you and just get a little bit of your,
Mhm.
just get a little piece.
Can I tell you something though? I don't even think I'm very lucky. I have so many friends in Minneapolis and I love them and they love me. But I do just think geographically that's just how Midwesterners are. I
Oh,
think if you would have pulled any other gay guy out of Minneapolis and had them do the same thing, like return, it would have been the same thing.
I don't
Whereas
know.
I don't think LA allows. I don't think you're gonna get that in LA. Even
I'm
when
just.
you're super rich and famous, they're not gonna come to you because they want to. They're gonna come to you because they want something.
I mean, that's fine. I can live with that. Like,
Like,
I'm not above that. I know for a fact, if I were to show back up to Washington D.C. after however many years, 3 years that it's been a very different time than you had in Minneapolis. It would have been a
can I tell
very
you something
different.
else too? And I do have friends in Los Angeles. We joke about how I have friends and all these enemies. I have tons of friends in LA. The
Yeah, hi,
difference
Nina
is
Dicker.
though, I was in my 20s partying nonstop in Minneapolis. I was so social. I was still drinking. That was my whole life was just friends going out, whatever. And then moving to LA was when I just naturally got a little bit older, had made a ton of mistakes from my previous life. And I just slowed down a lot. And so I'm also just in a different place too where I couldn't do what I did in Minneapolis and Los Angeles. Not
Yeah,
because
I mean,
it's so much harder, but just I'm older and tired and I have less energy. But
well, listen, there's a hero's welcome for you here in LA. You just got to find what's going to get you there. Okay.
I
But
don't need that. You need that. I
we
think we
all
can
need it,
rewind the
darling.
tape. I never said I needed it.
Okay,
And
cue the
that's on
Miranda
Oklahoma.
Priestley moment.
Can you
Everybody wants this.
can you say recovering people pleaser?
But the reason I keep bringing this up is because we've got a topic at hand. Okay, it's something I want to ask you about.
Hmm.
Lucas, who are your heroes? We're talking heroes today.
Oh man. Writing, comedy, or just personal because there's so many different fictional heroes I have. I have
Okay,
hometown
I mean
heroes.
specifically in the Korean War. Who are your heroes? We'll say it together. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Douglas MacArthur. There. That's- no,
I was gonna say,
who are your writing heroes? Who are your writing heroes?
ooh, the very first writer who made me realize it wasn't magic and someone actually put pen to paper to do the thing was Mr.
What?
Lemony Snicket.
Oh my god! I thought you said Stephanie Meyer. I was like, oh no!
Could you imagine?
Flips laptop shut, walks away forever. Oh no!
No, I got
Woo!
nervous
All right.
because I'm I actually don't know, and I don't wanna call him a hero, but he was the first person, I remember being, in 3rd or 4th grade and, obsessed over a series of unfortunate events, and he might
Mhm.
be canceled, which is why I got a little nervous. I was like,
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
the nice thing about and this is our first Zoom pod, the nice thing about this is we get our phones. Let me
Oh
see.
yeah, a man can look things up on his telephone if he needs. Do you? I mean, do you hold much with heroes? Are you a big hero worshiper kind of person?
I mean, not really, to be honest with you. I obviously have people who I love and admire, like Lana Del Rey, I would consider a hero, but for obviously different reasons. I am not a songwriter. I have no interest in
Mhm.
making music, unless it's this kind of music.
Yeah.
Uh, but I admire her ability to continually create in lieu of just all of the criticism she's been given.
Mhm.
And two, I just think she hasn't ever sold out, you know? So, like, I would love to be able to
Mhm.
do in my lane what she's done in hers.
Got it. Which is make music and marry a
Just
gator wrestling
listen, I'm
Louisiana.
in the right place for that. Like, maybe not gators, but same kinda
Yeah,
demographic.
you're
What's behind you? Let's talk about that.
well, it's a large tapestry. I'm sure
Mhm.
you'll notice it's of an Odilon Redon painting, just for those of us who didn't go to school
Oh.
for art.
Oh, did I go to an undergrad where they don't even give letter grades? Oh, I argued my way to graduation. Oh.
That is how it worked, yeah. No, it's a painting of Dante and Beatrice, from Dante's Inferno. So,
You
there
know
you
what
are.
Dante I prefer? Dante Robinson, Backyard Sports. How's that?
I'm more of a Dante's Peak kinda gal, give me Pierce Brosnan and an acid lake any day of the week, okay?
I didn't even I forgot that that was a movie. What was the softcore gay porn Dante's,
Cove.
that was the
Dante's
first
Cove.
porn I ever talk about being back in your childhood home. I sat right over there on our, desktop back in the dial-up days,
And the
and,
family computer,
yeah, Dante's Cove probably gave my family computer AIDS back in the day, who knows?
at least a virus. Oh boy, that's the one that's gonna do it.
I would say current writing heroes back to that for me. As far as screenwriters go, I really, really, really admire, Noah Baumbach. I read
Mhm.
all of his stuff. I actually have spent more time reading Baumbach than I have watching his films, which isn't to, like,
Mhm.
a dig,
Huh.
but, like, I just think he's such a crisp, intentional writer, kinda nails it every time.
Would you say that all of your heroes are people who are, very they've achieved a lot in your craft of choice or they've achieved a technical excellence?
Mm, not necessarily. I think I just really admire people who stay true to who they are in lieu of the noise or the success that they could have. Baumbach obviously helped write Barbie. He's married to Greta Gerwig, who is the film director, and, in theory, that could be seen as, like, him selling out, but, like, if you look at his stuff, like, there's been ample room for him to be able to just go to some studio, get something made, and make $10 million, but he's just done the weird indie thing, and some of his films work, some of them don't, but I
Mhm.
think I just mostly admire that component of people, like, okay, I interrupt myself because then I'm like, I really do admire Taylor Swift too, and she's like queen capitalist. But but even there though, like she's never, if you listen to her first album to her most recent, the point of view has grown and shifted, but it's always been the same. Does that make sense? Like
The
I
same
think
person.
yeah, like I love like a really distinct voice and point of view.
Got it, okay. Have you ever met one of your heroes?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, of course, not writing heroes though. Like none
Who'd you
like
meet?
that famous.
Amy Klobuchar?
Personal heroes? Well, I guess this was really like I mean, Lady Gaga, if we're getting into it. Like I did
Oh,
get
you
to meet
did
her.
meet her, that's right.
Mhm. I mean, she has no idea who I am, obviously, but like she went into a screening of ours, like at Joker 2 and Pastel Popcorn. And
Yeah,
I
and
to
you
say I met her is like a gross understatement, but like I was in the same room as her, we made eye contact.
listen, I mean, sometimes people who have run into their heroes have had far worse experiences.
Mhm.
Virtually anybody who loves Madonna, meeting Madonna. That's almost always been there's so many clips. I just love watching Madonna on Graham Norton, where she
Mhm.
interacts with the audience every now and again, and she's just so completely overacting like she gives a shit. She
Yeah.
just isn't playing the game at this stage or at that stage. So there's some really fabulous instances of her being less than effusive with, love and gratitude for some of these people in the audience is really fucking funny, but I have to imagine, like, it'd be hard to be on the receiving end.
Well, and it's interesting too. I don't know if you've experienced this since living in LA too, but I feel like I've met famous people who need to be liked or need you
Mm,
need you to like them to succeed. And then I've met people where they need to feel better than you to succeed. And I definitely think Madonna's in the latter. where she needs that hierarchy in her mind to be able to continue to perform.
Oh, I
Whereas, like,
wonder. Yeah, I don't.
yeah,
I've
like,
never worshipped or idolized Madonna in that way, so I don't have any theories on that. But I can imagine she is the sort of person where people are devoted to her in
mhm.
a way that very few people ever achieve. And like at that level of worship, you actually can't ever meet that person. Like you simply can't, because whatever you've conjured up for them in your mind is never ever going to match up how they are in real life. And just imagine, like, in my case, I am imagining what happens if I run into Azealia Banks on a sticky, humid day on the subway somewhere. You know what I mean?
If that does happen, don't accept any of her chicken. That's all I'm asking.
Like the Azealia Banks that I loved back in 2012. You know what I mean? If I were to run into her and have an Azealia Banks moment with her as a white homosexual, I would never be able to listen to her music again. You know what I mean? Like it would
She would call you a
fundamentally,
slur and open palm hit you.
it would be awful. It would be so awful. And it would be so embarrassing because I've been on the record for so many years being like, no, I'm still down. I'm still down.
Uh,
Yeah. It's such a I mean, in LA, there's sharks in the water out here. They're here.
Well, and honestly, this is kind of a tough, like, when you ask me my hero, my head kind of spin because like, it can vanish just like that, who your hero is. And for me growing up, I loved the show Roseanne. Roseanne Barr was a comedy hero of mine. I
Yeah.
also loved the show The Cosby Show. Bill Cosby was a hero of mine. And then when I
Yeah.
became a teenager and I started to get more into film, I was like, whoa, there's this filmmaker who's like, he writes all of his own scripts. They're like tight. It's 90-minute weird comedies about complicated relationships. He's amazing. I want to be exactly like him. That man is Woody Allen. And
Yeah.
so you're like, oh, wow. Okay. So I have Roseanne Barr, Bill Cosby, Woody Allen. Oh, and
Yeah.
by the way, I'm a millennial. So guess what my favorite books growing up were? Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling. So you're like,
Yeah.
it's just so easy to get disappointed that the idea of even having a hero is sort of embarrassing.
I know. I mean, it's nice that Brett Ratner is still good, you know, that you can. Yeah, it is tough. I like a hero. I think you're unfortunately right that it is really gauche to have a hero in this day and age, but that's also because people love to fucking pull it down immediately. They love to just inform you immediately how awful something is. So you do have
Yeah,
to kind of stick to your there's, you know, something to be said for like, no, fuck you. I still like Woody
totally.
Allen movies. That's a tough hill to die on. It's not my hill to die on either. Okay.
Right. Well, and to be clear, I absolutely, like, I mentioned those four because those were like four actual heartbreaks where I was like, fuck,
Yeah.
I like loved the stuff they made. And like now but I am so against their own personal
Yeah.
values and what they've done in their lives that I don't know, it's embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like some heroes, it's easy to separate the art from the artist. And the more time that goes by, the easier it is. But I don't know. Those if they're current, if they're contemporary and they're horrible but made great stuff, you're like, "Ugh, I don't want to touch that."
Mhm.
Except for Azealia Banks. Listen, I get it. Okay, I I can walk back my I can rescind my endorsement of her and still enjoy heavy metal and reflective. Okay, get off
Yeah,
my
well,
case.
what do you think? Do you think you can enjoy someone's art if they've said or done bad things?
Certainly have done. Certainly can.
Mhm.
If something happens that reminds me of it, that always bums
Yeah.
me out. Like, I, there was a brief period when Azealia Banks and Troye Sivan got into a little tete-a-tete, and she called him an expired twink.
Which is crazy because all he did was say, "I still play 2-1-2 at the pregame." He
Yeah,
was giving a compliment, and she
right. And she,
totally called him like a faggot and was horrible.
yeah. So like that for me was like, oh, if she's gonna call Troye Sivan, who is the greatest of us, of the greatest of the twinks, at that day and age, it's like, oh, she would fucking swing a hammer at me. You know what I mean? Like she
She would use your sweat and her cheapo soaps.
Oh my god, yeah. So there's a moment like, yeah, there's a hero I never want to meet. You know what I mean? Like there's a hero even is too strong of a word for Azealia Banks because she's on her own thing. But like there's somebody who I like or whose artistry I liked, whatever, who I never the fuck ever want to be in an elevator with. Like, so I I also, I mean, being here in LA, I've gotten very lucky in meeting people who I look up to in the comedy world, and
Yeah.
I like kind of unbelievably, like I think my luck has run out at this point. Like I'll tell you, so before I'd moved to LA, this was actually kind of the one of the little coincidences that helped push me towards leaving DC forever. Was I was just walking down the sidewalk here in West Hollywood, and I'd just been watching Zach Noe Towers,
Mm,
whatever of his stand up, and I see him walking toward me on the sidewalk, and it was such a like, oh, I'm visiting LA. I'm seeing like, oh my god, this is great. Of course, and I stopped him on his way. I stopped him to say hi, which it, now that it's happened to me, I don't like. I wouldn't have necessarily reacted the same way I was if I was just on my way to Trader Joe's and people like stop me on my way to talk to me and take time out of my day, help themselves to my time. Like it's you it's presumptuous to do that. And Zach was utterly lovely, like above and beyond really lovely and sweet and all of that and funny. And like that was probably the best it could have gone. You know what I mean? Like it
yeah.
could have gone so much worse. It could have just been like, who are you? What do you want? Why are you talking to me? And that would have fundamentally changed how I like engaged with his comedy afterwards. And so now, I mean, to this day, this is a Zach. I'm a Zach Noe Towers man. Okay, this is a Zach Noe Towers house, and it's
I didn't realize that that's how you met him.
yeah, 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 just
So
on
it
the
wasn't even
sidewalk.
in the scene. It wasn't even at a show or anything. Wow, just right on the
Had
street.
not even done comedy once at that point. It was quite
Yeah.
literally just bumped into him on the sidewalk, talked with him about some thing he just put out. He was, we bantered a little bit, and then that was that, and then off and running.
Mm,
And it was again, it in the wrong mood. If the weather was different, it could have just been like such a different interaction. And I think about how, like comedy, especially, you're probably going to, if you're in the scene and working, you might be working with people who you've looked up to forever, or whose comedy you've loved forever. And I really like, met the Bob the drag queen, and also above and beyond, completely incomprehensibly lovely and
mhm.
generous and lovely. And like,
Can confirm when I went on that Zoom with him for that
oh,
show,
yeah, yeah.
he was in a Gaga Mayhem sweatshirt, and I go, "Bob, are you wearing a Mayhem shirt?" And he just started doing choreo.
Yeah.
He didn't even answer.
Again, really, truly, I think about this a lot where like when your friends so after we did our show in Minneapolis, we had our lovely show, and we're sort of bebopping around Minneapolis. Several of your friends, I didn't know you knew them, but I was out and about in town with a couple of my friends, and they stopped, they saw me across the way, pointed at me, and then smiled and came over and said hi. And I immediately, brainily, I'm like, "Oh, I'm about to be attacked." Like, in my mind, I thought like, "Oh, I'm in trouble. I said something awful. I did something to somebody somewhere. The chickens are coming home to roost." And instead, it was just two friends of yours who had seen the podcast and knew you and recognized me from it, came up to talk to me. And when I tell you, it took actual work to get out of the like, "Oh, I hate this. I hate this. Why are you talking to me? Get away from me." And
Mhm.
realizing, "No, I'm okay." Like, "No, this is fine. They're cool." Like, if I'd stayed in that, like, "Oh, I feel threatened and uncomfortable," they would have walked away from that interaction and be like, "I fucking hate that dude. Lucas, you need to stop doing podcasts with him because he was a fucking jerk."
Who made you wanna be a comedian?
I don't know if anybody made me wanna be a comedian necessarily.
Hmm,
Yeah, I don't think anybody I don't have anybody where I saw them and thought like, "Okay, I'm getting on stage. If they can do it, I can do it." Nothing like that. I've certainly got comedians who I would who I certainly look up to, or who, like, if I could be on a lineup with them, that would be fabulous. Um, or if to be on a show with them, I mean to say. There's certainly that level of I mean, Maria Bamford is probably the number one all-time Minnesota's own,
mhm.
um, comedian who where it approaches that level, like, she's a hero of mine, she's of that status, and I've met her, and she's also lovely. Like, she's
Yeah.
been nothing but utterly, utterly lovely to talk to, you know,
And I
and it
think back to the conversation earlier about point of view, she has such a distinct point of view. She's been through so much and she's able to like give a new angle without she's that's a really good example too of someone who just hasn't sold out. She's
yeah,
done
yeah,
and she's grown and changed and obviously improved, but she's still just like steadfast in her way, I guess. I don't know.
yeah. But, I mean, another instance of somebody where, like, you could ostensibly get a bad roll of the dice and have a really weird bad interaction. I mean, with any of the names that you might come up with, like,
Oh yeah. You catch a comedian like on a Tuesday night at the Comedy Store, you're gonna see a ghost version of themselves. They're not the happiest to be there even though they're living in the hills, you know?
God, yeah. There's nothing worse than when you can tell the comic is just like, I don't want to fucking be here.
Mm. Which I would say is
Brutal.
98% of them.
Yeah, brutal, brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I mean, I had not long ago. I mean, this is however long. Everything feels like forever ago. But I've had comics where they're established, they're working, they're touring comics, which to me is like, oh, you're doing the thing that I would like to do. I would. It's great to meet you. Comic walked in to my show that I'd booked. Very clearly, did not want to be there. Very clearly, was not happy about being there. And I walk away, say, "Hey, it's great. Thank you so much for agreeing to do my stupid show. Really great. Glad to have you here." And this comic looked at me and said, "Yeah, how much am I getting paid?" And then just when I told them the princely sum that they would be making, they rolled their eyes and then just got on TikTok and started scrolling on TikTok.
It's over. It's over for me. And that's a problem because I don't know if I'm ever gonna succeed in this town because when people behave like that, and a lot of people behave like that, it's over. I can't get past it. I can't my own ego, like, I need to work on that probably, but I write them off completely. Do you remember that show we went to, that open mic at Akbar? And I go up to one of the comedians who performed, and I go,
Yes.
"Hey, you had a really good set, like, that was awesome." And she goes, "Thanks, follow me on blah, 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 blah." And I go, "Done. It's over. You
Yeah.
just ruined your set."
I mean, I was so even in that moment with that comic who asked me up front, how much am I getting paid? It's like, I am so glad that you were not somebody that I looked up to and adored and followed. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if that had been Bob the drag queen doing that, I would have been so shattered. I would have been just so fucking crushed. But this comic was not anybody who I was checking for in that way.
Mhm.
And I get an anxiety nowadays about meeting people in general, but just meeting people, meeting comics, meeting people in the biz where that's going to be the interaction. And then even more is having the anxiety that I might be that person to somebody, which is such a weird, gross fucking thing to be anxious about. I'm like, it, I just know that I'm mean by nature. Just by nature, I am, I'm not known for being terribly kind off the cuff.
You are not mean by nature, but I think as gay people, we
We get to
sometimes
choose
have
our
to have
families.
we have to put on a hard exterior so that we get respect.
Mm, yeah, I don't know. I've caught myself fortunately in meeting your utterly lovely friends Nick and James. Hi Nick and James.
Mhm.
Uh, where I was able to be in, as you said, in the moment and like, oh, this is new, right? This is a new experience where I'm being recognized for a thing. Um, but like I worry so much that like my luck is gonna run out in a big dumb way, in a big public way, and I am dreading that it's gonna be Azealia Banks. This is
No, and I think part of, like, I don't think I wanna meet my, like, heroes. I don't wanna meet Taylor Swift or Lana Del Rey, like, because then that will ruin the relationship I have to the things they make. You know what
yeah.
I mean? And then it just naturally will. They won't be able to answer my calls and be there for me or not that I would ever get to that point, but, like, it's over. I don't want that.
Yeah. It is I mean, I think about have you ever Have you ever had that kind of a relationship with somebody that you knew socially, where you really looked up to them? Just somebody in your circle socially that you've
Mhm.
had again, hero is a strong word, but you just really looked up to somebody, a friend, a peer like that?
And been disappointed?
Yeah.
I mean, all the time. Like, I think in the current like, it happens all the time, and I think as we grow, like, our relationship changes to certain things. So, like, I used to really admire people who were really popular, who were on the go all the time, and I'm like, "Man, I need to have my social calendar as packed as they
Oh,
do," and
uh-huh.
they're able to make it all work, and if I'm friends with them, I will be like them. And then now that I'm getting a little bit older, which I don't I'm not old, don't say that. But I'm just like, now I really admire people who, like, don't go out every single night of the weekend, who don't play the, like, social media game and are still interested in, like, followers and likes, and so
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it just depends on whatever stage you're in.
I mean, do you have, I'm trying I was interested in following along on, like, who are your problematic faves
Mm.
that aren't the 4 that you named earlier? Like, who is it that you're still throwing elbows for?
Lena Dunham.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think that she is so brave. I think she takes so much shit literally just because she's not like a twig figure cover model girl. I think
Mhm.
she has never once apologized for having a bad attitude or being whiny or being dramatic. And
I see why that appeals to you, yeah.
she's real I love a nasty like, I guess in the same breath, and the following 2 names aren't necessarily in the same category as Lena Dunham, but, like, I love Phoebe Waller-Bridge, I love Michaela Cole. Like, give me a nasty woman who's gonna tell you the truth and not subvert themselves to fit a narrative that no longer works for the modern era. Women
Mm,
have been like Lena Dunham since the '70s, even before, like, they've always been like Lena Dunham. That was a stupid thing I just said, but, like, finally, we just have someone telling the truth in a mainstream way, and also she's just, like, a once in a generation talent too. Like,
mhm.
I she's yeah.
I mean, mine are just gonna be really eye-rollingly, they're just gonna be eye-roll inducing. Anais Nin, I fucking love Anais Nin, and there it is,
Tell the
there's the eye roll.
educate the children. That's what I
Okay,
was
so
going for.
kids, Anais Nin, a French-Cuban writer from the 30s on through, the 70s. Like, she's prolific, legendary writer, most well known for her diaries, but she wrote erotica back in the 30s, back before it was cool, and when dames most assuredly did not do that sort of thing. And so you read her erotica. I read her erotica. One reads her erotica, and it's just wild. The shit that she writes about, it still will curl your hair in this day and age. Like, it's everything firmly cancelable. She herself, she had 2 husbands. She was married, to 2 different men at the same time, and she was just to her, it was like, "Yeah, they don't know about each other. I'm not doing anything wrong." Like, "Go fuck yourself. I'm doing me. I got my bag." She had 2 shoe boxes because she had a bad memory for lying, so she had 2 shoe boxes. One was for New York husband with her checkbook and everything and addresses for her New York life, and one for her LA husband. So she had her LA information in the other box. Is she, was she a self-obsessed, narcissistic, problematic writer from that era? Yes, she was. Do I adore her writing, and will I defend her? Yes, indeed, I will. So there's a pretentious eye roll inducing problematic fave.
Are they more what's my actual question? I think it's easier to defend someone who's dead.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I will say this though, I've lent the book out. I've lent one of her books out to comics I know who do read, and they all have returned the book and been like, "Why do you have this book?" I will say I would have loved to have met Anais Nin.
Mhm.
I think we would have got along swimmingly, but that's also because she's, you know,
See, I think that's a great example of someone where you don't meet your heroes. I think she would
yeah, if
disappoint you deeply.
yeah, undoubtedly. Um, I'm trying to think of who else, because also my comedy people who I love comedically, they've never really had that. Like, I was never a big Louis C.K. lover. I was never
Yeah.
a big fan of Chappelle. like never inordinately fond of Chappelle anyway.
I always admired I always knew Chappelle, like, I watched Chappelle, and I was aware of his genius from, like, the time I was, like, 10. But it was to a point where he was already inaccessible,
Yeah,
like, where it was like, "Oh, he's the best," and, like, there's no human quality because, like, I could never be that. I think I have to sort of see myself and see some mess in the people for me to
yeah.
really connect.
Is Lana my most problematic fave these days? Oh, Gwen
See, like,
Stefani. There's one.
it's so boring talking about, like, pop stars who are
Yeah.
problematic because I'm like, they're just famous. Like, Taylor Swift, like, is she a rich white woman? Yes. Like, is she the most problematic pop star? Like, I don't know. That's not for me to decide. But ultimately, it's like the criticisms are just so boring because I'm like, the men, like Bruno Mars doesn't get anywhere near as much criticism as even
He's
Lana,
this tall.
and has done so much drugs, is
I know.
always getting
He's like the
sued
height of
or
this
suing someone
bottle of Coke.
else.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Like, and it's fine. And I'm not out here trying to cancel Bruno Mars either, but I'm just like, it's so boring. When people are critiquing the pop girls. It's just,
Yeah. I d yeah. I just maybe the big thing is like, yeah, it is so gauche to have a hero in this day and age, and it's just so I
we
mean,
know
this is
everyone. We know
what
everyone. We have a parasocial relationship with
yeah.
everyone, and there's no, like, olden days where you only saw people on magazines and could dream to be them. Like, we
Yeah,
know what they're
right.
up to. Taylor
Mm.
Swift got married in Madison Square Garden. Like, that's literally millions of people were around, and,
Please
like, it's
tell
by
me
design.
you saw all of the rumor mongering about this. Like, I saw one, and it was a picture of Erica Kirk, and it is Erica Kirk confirmed attending the attending the wedding. Like,
Oh my god, that's amazing.
it was a lot of misinformation swirling around on socials about that. Breaking news: Erica Kirk officiating Taylor Swift's wedding. I'm like, oh man, nobody has the media literacy to know that this is wholly invented.
Oh, I'm dead. No, that's so good. Were you ever a sitcom guy? Did you ever watch sitcoms growing up? Do you
Never.
Most of my comedic heroes come from, like, '70s sitcom.
Hmm.
So, like, B. Arthur Maude, from the show Maude, which came from All in the Family. She's also
Mhm.
Dorothy Zbornak in The Golden Girls. Like, B.
She sure
Arthur's
was.
a comedic hero. Ed Asner was Lou Grant and Mary Tyler Moore. I already mentioned Roseanne, who's canceled, but, like, Roseanne, that show was foundational for me growing up in the Midwest. Like, that's where most of my comedic heroes draw from, and it was mostly fictional characters, and so I think I just like their
Mm.
dialogue.
Oh yeah, mine would have been Daggett and Norbert from the Angry Beavers. So, there's a throwback for you kids.
I've never even heard of that.
Ah, loved the Angry Beavers. It was
I'm
kind of
looking it up.
SpongeBob before SpongeBob was SpongeBob.
I can't with SpongeBob, I'm gonna say that right now. I'm sorry to everyone. Adults who still quote SpongeBob, I'm like, "Get a
Oh,
job."
what? I'm sorry. Is a little whimsy too much for you? Is
Are you a
in some
SpongeBob person?
cultures what's that?
Are you a SpongeBob person?
No, but I can appreciate whimsy.
Huh.
I can appreciate joy.
The one thing I like about our dynamic is when I complain about something, you meet me there. You very rarely challenge me when I'm complaining and being mean. I normally when I feel like being mean, I feel safe with you, and I feel
Oh, I see.
alone
Oh.
now.
I'm sorry, SpongeBob is just it really truly I mean, if you want an unproblematic fave, if you want a good family fun, no problems to be seen at SpongeBob. Cue all
It's
the
like
comments about how awful
I was
SpongeBob
literally gonna say, I was like, that is the most not kid show of all time.
is.
I'm looking at the Angry Beavers right now, and I can safely say I have never seen a single piece of artwork for this show.
Ugh,
I've never seen a single one of these characters, and I am shocked because it says 1997 to 2003 on Nickelodeon, which I would have been
mm,
watching Nickelodeon. Like this was the Amanda Show era, which I was fully
mhm,
on board with. Actually, she was probably my first favorite comedian, Amanda
got it.
Bynes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Angry Beavers is where it was at.
And I
That's a
remember
good
Cat Dog. Damn. Hmm.
well, good every time I hear Catbird, I think Cat Dog.
Mm,
Our hometown hero, Catbird, comedian Catbird. I always think cat dog.
yeah.
Anyway, neither here nor there. Do you have anybody who you think should be a household name hero?
Oh god.
Who does
And
the world need to know about that you think, look into this person, they're amazing?
one group who is severely underrated, and I just don't understand because I love their music so much. I think their personalities are incredible. They're fully media trained. They're ready to be just the next best band.
The
And
Carpenters?
Haim.
Oh.
I'm like, why hasn't Haim blown up yet? And people know them. They have respect from the industry, but like mainstream wise, they've never done like a Billboard like Hot 100 or like number
Yeah.
one album. I don't think like I'm just so confused because they're so likable and their music is good and it feels old, but it's modern.
Okay.
Do you
Alright.
not like them?
Don't have enough of a listening base to form an opinion on Haim.
Three sisters, like think about like the Jonas Brothers contextually. Everyone's like, oh, they're brothers. How cool is it that they're famous? And it's like, oh, literally, we have three sisters who are cool. They play guitar. They're like musically educated.
Where are they from?
California. And
Oh.
I think that's part of it. I think they're a little too California beach rock. And I think middle America is just like, we don't know.
I have space in my heart for only one band of sisters, and that's First Aid Kit.
Hmm. Do you think they should be
In fact, I'm
household
not
names?
even sure they're sisters, but they might be.
I was going to say, I am not going to fact check you on that because I just don't know.
Ain't no never mind. Okay. But I mean, there's in a world of of Jonas Brothers, be a Haim sister.
Mm. Also, I mentioned her before, but Michaela Cole, I think, is like stunningly gorgeous, beautiful. I'll get her on every single magazine cover, fashion, anything. But number two, like, um, America didn't really watch I May Destroy You, which I think is one of
Oh, yeah.
the greatest shows that's been on in the last 10 years. And I just am so confused why she's not bigger.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, who can say with the industry machine when it
Yeah.
goes any which way?
I imagine she's not someone who's just gonna, like, blow in the wind and, like, do what, like, the studio
Yeah.
says to do, and that probably affects it.
I mean,
What
listen,
about
I
you?
just who should the world know?
Yes.
Frankie Grande. He's the one.
Like, every okay, the two people we talk about on this podcast most, and I feel bad putting them in a company with each other. Hannibal Lecter, Frankie Grande. If you listen to this podcast, you know those two get mentioned every single episode.
No, come on. I talk about Azealia Banks a lot too.
She's number 3. And listen, I would go to that dinner.
Yeah, yeah, right. Who would I say needs to be a household name? What? I can't think of anybody. I'm nervous.
I don't know. Have you ever seen that photo of Demi Lovato that got like that went viral, and it was of her alter ego Poot?
Yes,
I don't know why,
that is the one. That's got to be the one we all know. Food.
but I'm like, everyone needs to know about her evil twin Poot. That was like, did you see all the lore about Poot Lovato too? This is Demi Lovato's like evil twin that was locked away.
This is a deep cut. Yeah, this is oh boy.
Hold on, let me read that. Poot Lovato lore.
Yeah, I'll try and think of somebody who's doing good work and we don't know enough about. Fucking-
And so this is from Poot Lovato's Wikipedia. Demi's twin sister. She was locked in a basement her whole life.
Show us the picture.
This picture was taken the first time she went outside. Her name, Poot.
Oh no! Oh boy. Okay,
Oh.
that's the one. It's Poot Lovato. Gotta love Poot Lovato.
Mhm.
Oh dear. Listen here, we've been flapping our gums about stuff what don't matter all this
Mhm.
time. That was an insane note to end on. Poot, we love you.
I literally do.
We-
That is my favorite thing Demi's ever done, and I love Demi, I think she's great, but
oh god. All right. Well, with apologies to Poot Lovato, we'll get Poot on the pod. We'll see if we can't get Poot Lovato on the pod.
honestly, respect on Demi's name because I think Demi, either last year or the year before, went as Poot for Halloween.
She is about that life.
So,
She's
leaning in is the greatest thing you can do.
yeah, that's all we can do at this point. Which
Yeah.
brings up my latest here, Sheryl Sandberg's. Okay.
I'm gonna cut that.
No, she's such a good, decent person. We got to keep it Sheryl Sandberg.
We
I,
don't we don't we don't want that SEO. We don't want that.
oh, God, yeah, what a horrible. Anyway, okay, listen, it's time. I've been drinking.
I've been drinking. Well,
Well,
breadwinners, thank you for tuning in to our very first Zoom podcast. This was kind of fun. Maybe we'll do it again. Maybe we can get some more guests from all over. Who knows?
ciao for now. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the show.